It's now time for the Modern Street Hemi Shootout 2022 season finale. So far, we traveled across the nation, going to 5 different tracks, and now we have one more in Maryland. But before we get into that, let's do a quick recap of my rookie season. This all started when I decided I wanted to go from content creator to race car driver. I don't really have any money to go and buy a new car, and maybe that'll be in the future one day, but for now, I went and I bought a Chrysler 300 SRT8 from a junkyard. I paid $5 grand for it. I put a decent amount of work into it to get it fixed up. I did most of the work myself, and then I had Jim from True Street Performance help me get it to a competitive level. I went down to Orlando, I broke it, took it back, we fixed it, and kind of went back and forth with breaking and fixing it to get the season started. I really had no idea what I was doing at all. I wasn't very good, especially with car problems. I started working with Gary from dragcoach.com. That's when the season really turned around. You know, he's taught me a lot so far, and I'm pretty grateful to have him as my coach. While the season was going on, I've also been building my shop. You know, throughout the season, you've seen various builds and projects come through, and there'll be more of that on my YouTube channel. So even though I had a rough start to the season, I was able to turn things around, and I actually got my first class win in Milan, and that was enough to give me the points lead. Now here I am preparing for a championship. I actually have a pretty good chance to win, and it's all my rookie season, so it's been a wild ride, and it's been a lot of fun so far. With such a busy personal life, it's been difficult for me throughout the season to properly prepare for all the races, but with the championship on the line and me actually having a pretty good chance of winning, I wasn't going to leave anything to chance, and I prepared pretty thoroughly for this one. The first order of business for the final event was a new look. As far as prep was concerned, I went over the car very thoroughly. I had it up on the lift, I had the bumper off, I took the wheels off, I put new radials on, did an oil change, and I tightened everything. There was a bit of a gap between my win in Milan and the final event at MIR, so halfway through I met up with Gary and we went to his local track to do a little bit of practice.
On the jump, horrible reaction time, 5:45, but I managed to get a new personal best at a 12:14, so almost 11s. We're getting there. So I just got that one pass and back on the trailer. It's probably all I'm gonna get until the private track rental.
I did everything I could to prepare. The whole season was now on the line heading into Maryland.
Today's the first pass of a private track rental in preparation for the final event. personal best, my first 11-second pass, 11:98. Not what I was looking for, but kind of cool.
That first 11-second pass would also be my last 11-second pass, as that was the only run for the entire weekend that I ran all out. The car was just too fast and I had to slow it down. I had to slow it down by a half a second.
Second test pass, I'm gonna lift at the 1,000 foot and just coast, see how we do. Thank you. So first I red lit. Let's get that out of the way for the weekend. Hopefully that's the only one. Good thing it's practice. I let off at the 1,000 foot mark and still ran a 12:31. My first test pass, I ran a new personal best, 11:98. I had about an 8 tank of gas. For the second pass, the only thing that I did differently, I let off at the 1,000 foot mark right before I crossed it. Now I put some weight in the back and I put some gas in. I'm a little bit less than a half a tank. I'm going to try the same thing and see how I do and then make adjustments from there. Still a little bit too fast. 12:35. All right, a little closer. 12:41. Still got work to do. Pretty good. I'm back in the hundreds. I had a 198 reaction time and I ran a 12:55. Gonna be my last pass of the day. I cut a 085 light before. That same 12:41 range. Might try to add a little bit more weight tomorrow, put more gas in, see how it works out like that. I was here yesterday for the private track rental and I hit a new personal best. The DA, for comparison, here yesterday was 400 compared to Kansas was 4,500. So I'm running significantly faster. Yesterday I ran a personal best of 11:98, which is cool. I like to be in the 11s, but this is a 12.5 car, 12.5 competition. So I spent all day working on slowing the car down. I'm like right there. I'm finding, the best way for me, I added a lot of weight. I got weight in the trunk. I got a full tank of gas. And I still have to let off at the 1,000 foot mark and then coast the rest of the way. I've been floating like the 12.4, 12.5 range. I'm right there. Q1 for bracket, I did a 12:48. My reaction time was a little slow. I was in the 300, so I'm going to work on that. I've been struggling to get my footwork right. Was definitely in a much better groove for Detroit, so I'm going to try to get into that. So that's it. Basically, this is Q2 for bracket, and no matter what I'm running, bracket, it doesn't matter. I'm going for 12.5 every single time. That's what I'm here for. If I can be competitive in bracket while I try to do 12.5, great. If not, I'm just going to use all these bracket passes as test passes. As in every video, I like to show you guys who I'm up against. So right here on my left, I'm going to show you all the 12.5 cars that are competing this weekend. This is a big class. I didn't realize it was going to be this big. I'm pretty sure it was the same size in Detroit. We got 20 cars lined up right now. I'm not sure if we're going to have any last minute stragglers, but going for number one, so I got to take out 20 cars. So it's going to be a good one today.
All this season, Chris Rosario and I went back and forth. We became cool throughout the year and had some friendly competition. We love to goof on each other and try and get into each other's heads.
What happened to Rocky?
Times were different. Times were different, man.
It's all about the evolution.
So what happened, Orlando?
I won first place. Went all the way, won it.
I had a broken transmission. That was my first time.
And then what happened in Rockingham?
That was my third time.
It'll definitely be interesting if we both move up to the same class next season.
Right now I got Q1 for the 1250 class. So far I've been struggling a little bit, getting my footwork right, getting my deep stage. It's still a work in progress. I've been in the high 12.4s. I ran 12.48 back to back. So I added a little bit more weight. I threw one of my OEM wheels in the trunk, try and slow me down a little bit. I'm still letting off at the 1,000-foot mark to try to get to that 12.5 spot. This is going to be a really important qualifying. I want to get #1 qualifier. You get a bonus point for that. So, you know, who knows, it could come down to 1 point in the end. So I'm really trying to qualify #1. Awesome. Great reaction time, 129. I'm right where I want to be, and a 1256. So that's a great first qualifying pass. I'm gonna, you know, obviously I want to shoot for better, but Chris actually broke out with a 12.1, so he's got to slow it down because it's 12.5. So great first qualifying. I'm happy about it. Still got work to do, but you know, we're heading in the right direction. The entire reason for this race season was to share my rookie experience. You know, the whole plan was to show people everything that I experienced and then get more people into motorsports. I don't know how effective it was, but I know I got one person to come and race that would have maybe never raced if it wasn't for this video. So I'm happy I got my best friend Anthony with here. You know, we've been friends for 30 years, and he's been reluctant to get into racing, but he does have a 5.7 Hemi Ram, so
little guy.
He does qualify, and you know, he could be pretty competitive with the bracket class. He's also going to be in the rookie class. What up, man? How is it?
Man.
How does it feel to finally be racing? I know you got a couple passes in so far. You did your qualifying for bracket. How does it feel?
First, let me say it's super cool to race. I don't know, you know, about the faster cars. I'm sure that's a little bit more of a high, but no matter what you're running, when you take your car and you run it as fast as you can for a quarter mile, it's a pump. It's exhilarating. My first run was shaky. I was a little slow off the start. I guess that's to be expected, but the second run was better, almost half a second better, and we're just gonna keep getting better here. I mean, I know a lot of people came here to race, but me and Matt came to win. So let's get it.
Typically with rookies, you can enter the rookie class for free. Anthony took it a step further, and he's also doing the bracket, and he's doing 12.5 with me.
Go hard or go home.
You know,
the Dodge way.
He might not have a 12.5 truck, but it's just an opportunity to get more practice in and give him a better chance for bracket and rookie class. This is the first round eliminations for bracket. Regardless of how fast the car can go, I'm still practicing for 12.5. You know, yesterday this car was an 11.9 car. You know, I believe I could be around there today, 12.0, but I'm just practicing for 12.5. If I advance in bracket, great, but 12.5. Good, I got the win. Little slow on the tree. 337, I ran a 1256, dialed in for 1251. I won by 0.4 of a second. I just made it through the first round for bracket. I was dialed in at a 1251, I ran a 1256. Still need to work on my reaction time. I was in the 300s, but we're heading in the right direction. Now I have second qualifying pass for 1250. I'm gonna keep working on it, but I'm pretty much right there. You know, 1256 is good. I'm covering the number without breaking out. I know a lot of cars that have been running 1250 all season are running way too fast. Everyone's kind of struggling to slow it down a little bit. I think I kind of figured it out, but I'm going to keep working on it. Hopefully make it past second round of bracket, but just everything's 12.5. So I'm just going to keep working on it. And this time I'm going to try to deep stage. That's been my biggest problem all weekend, is the deep stage. So I'm going to work on that right now and hopefully get my reaction time a little bit lower.
Although I was a man on a mission, there was a point where I had to sit back and watch my best friend Anthony make his first passes ever. I was super proud of him for driving all the way to Maryland and giving it his best efforts in the rookie class.
This is second qualifier for a 1250 class. I ran back-to-back 1236. First qualifier 1236 and then bracket class 1236. Thank you. All right, a little better. 1255, so we're covering the number, but I'm still in the 300s. We started with 64 cars in the bracket class. We're now down to the final 8. Pretty cool to make it this far. I was really surprised that I got the bye for round 3. Even though I didn't really have that great of a pass for it, I still got the bye for my 0.32 reaction time. So we got 2 other classes to go before us, and then it's just the 8 of us. We got 2 more rounds. Running too fast, 1241. I'm in the staging lanes right now. This is first round eliminations for the direct connection street class. This is what I've been waiting all season for. I never thought I'd be in this position to be number 1 in points. Obviously I want to get the win for the day, but I'm also trying to win points championship. I'm just going to take it one race at a time. I'm going to be up against this Hemi Charger for round 1. I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing, just same thing, just do my footwork, stage right. I'm letting off at the 1,000 foot. I'm just gonna try to keep on keeping on. You know, I've been doing the same thing every day for 3 days, so I'm just gonna look at this as just another pass. Just keep doing the same thing. I got a 1255 on my last run. I'm hoping to be closer to 1250 for this one, but 1255 might be enough. I'm gonna work on my deep stage. That's been a problem I've had all weekend, so I'm gonna make sure that I get in deep and make a good light.
We're killing it today.
How's your experience?
Excellent. Day 2, we're out here. Whole new man. You're pro now. Bringing the muscle to Dodge, baby.
This is first round eliminations, 12-5. Basically do or die from this point out. Season's on the line. We'll see if I can hold out longer than Jotan. Faster than I thought. He ended up breaking out. I let off at the 1,000 foot, but he was right there. I just tapped the brake a little bit, and I still ran a 1254. I'm ready for round 2 eliminations. I'm going up against a TRX over here. I got Jotan, who's right behind me in points. He's going to be ahead of me, so I'll get to see his pass right before mine. Hopefully, watch him lose. And then I basically have the championship right there.
To clinch the championship, all it would take is Jotan losing in the 2nd round. And I had a front row seat to that. I think my reaction says it all.
Second round eliminations, 1250 class. I'm up against TRX. Next round, regardless, I'm champion. Like, what? I won!
And just like that, I became the 2022 Direct Connection Street Class Champion, and I did it in my rookie season. But work's not done yet. I still wanted to win the event.
I clinched the championship last round when Joe Tang got eliminated. Super pumped about that. But job's not over. I'm still in it. We got round 3 eliminations, 1250.
With that third round loss, it was officially the end of my rookie season. Although I somehow managed to win the championship, I did end the season with a loss and a lesson. I was so fixated on covering the number that I forgot how to race. All weekend it was 12.5, 12.5, 12.5. I kept letting off at the 1,000-foot mark. I had like a little system in place of how I was going to get 12.5. Then when it came time for round 3, I raced Pete and I had a bad start. My brain shut off, or I don't know what happened. Maybe it was my rookie inexperience coming out, but I did the same process. I let off at the 1,000-foot mark while I was already losing the race. Pete looked in his mirror. He saw me falling further and further behind. He got on the brake, and he got an easy win. And congratulations to Pete, because he actually ended up winning the event. The season was now over, but there was still one thing left to do.
Next up, how is this even possible? The direct connection 1250 street class, points champion. Matt, I was a rookie 10 seconds to go green.
Yeah.
Great job. Great job.
Dude. No.
Okay. You sure? Okay.
Congrats, Matt.
So the last
Way to go, bud.
prize, other than this 1150 class, we got.
How do you guys feel?
I feel good. Let's get wacky.
Relieved.
Relieved it's over, right?
It's been a long road.
All right, now it's trying to do some
Getting
stuff.
wet or no?
What's
You
that?
getting wet right now? I'm getting wet. I don't know.
What's getting? What do we consider getting wet?
We're the champions!
Fantastic.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
Dragcoach.com.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, plug.
That's a wrap for the 2022 Modern Street Hemi Shootout season. I can't believe I did it. I came in as a rookie. I couldn't even make it down the track without breaking. I wasn't winning at all, and to walk away direct connection street class champion feels amazing. I really don't even know what to say. It's just so great. Special thank you to Gary from dragcoach.com, Chris from Legmaker Intakes. You know, they really helped me all season. I appreciate all their support. I'm just super happy to win this. I did this, you know, for Dodge Garage, for direct connection. I can't even believe it. I'm just so happy that I made it this far. I learned so much. I made so many good friends. I really appreciate you know, everything that the Modern Street Hemi Shootout does for the community, and I'm just super happy to win. I want to dedicate this entire season to my dad. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. He's the guy who got me into cars. So I did this for you, Pops, and hope to be back next season, maybe with a different car, maybe going faster, I don't know. I'll definitely be back, and this is just the beginning. Thank you.
This trophy is in no way a reflection of me being the best. I think that, you know, I'm far from. For me, you know, obviously it's more than a piston on a piece of wood, but this to me is a symbol of all the hard work that I put in this season. This is a symbol of me never giving up and trying my best. And you know, I want another one of these. You know, it was a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends this season, and I will be back next year. I'm going to be moving up to the 11.5 class. I'm going to be supercharging the 300. So I will be back next season. I'm going to go up a class, and I'm going to try to get one of these. I hope that if you watch this, that you learned a thing or two about racing, or that you enjoyed sharing your experience with me. You know, in the end, I was able to get one person to race because of this, and if that's all I got, then, you know, it was worth it.